Hi guys, it's Sosa. Today I am in San Diego. I am helping my stepdad move out of his house, and primarily I'm moving my stuff out of his house. He's going to another location, but I found a pretty remarkable discovery. I found a 20-year-old box of Lego from my childhood, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So we have pieces of an old TIE fighter. There's wreckage of a Millennium Falcon in here. These are all from like 2002 to 2005. You can still see the hyperdrive right there. Here's the Millennium Falcon cockpit. This was like my favorite train set. It was a passenger train set from the early 2000s. I still have the remote control, but it's missing the back plate. And there's parts to an ARC 170 in here. I've got a Lego City construction crane with the string attached. And there's a couple other things in there. There's a half of a Lego airport, and I did find about 30 minifigures in this box. There's some classics. There's a classic Chewbacca in there. Some old style printed Han Solo, C-3PO. C-3PO's in there somewhere. I'll take these out at a later time and show you more in depth. And so I did sort through it a bit already, and I do kind of regret that I didn't film my initial reaction at looking through the pieces of this box to see what all was in there, but it was also a very emotional experience for me, and I'll tell you why. So my mom and my stepdad have been together, but my stepdad also has kids who are much older than me from a previous relationship, and pretty much I have evil stepbrothers. And so I lived at this house when I was a kid with my mom and my stepdad, and my stepbrothers, evil stepbrothers, they lived with their mom somewhere else. And whenever I would go, in the summer to go to Minnesota to visit my grandparents or go camping or something, my parents would send me away for the summer, and then I'd come back for school. So I would go away, and my stepbrothers would come and, visit their dad, my stepdad. And you can already see where this is going, but I would be gone for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and I would come back, and all my toys were destroyed. And keep in mind, the youngest one was at least 5 or 6 years older than me, so it's not like they were, my age and we just didn't get along. No, it felt pretty vindictive, because they would, I'd get these beautiful sets that really meant a lot to me, that were gifts from people, and I'd come home and all my toys would be destroyed. And my parents' relationship was not the healthiest at that time. I don't want to air their dirty laundry on YouTube, but no one ever stood up for me, because the relationship dynamic between my mom, my stepdad, and my stepdad's, previous wife was very toxic for a while. And, I was always at the bottom of the food chain, and whenever I raised my voice about, like, hey, this isn't fair, why is all my stuff getting broken and they're not getting punished? Like, no one did anything. So it was this box has a lot of, fun memories in it, but it's also a box of, it's a graveyard of my childhood joy. And for as many great memories that this box holds, it also brings back a lot of sad ones too. What's really sad is that only half the stuff is in there. I can't seem to locate the other half, so most of these are incomplete. I would like to restore them. I found this box in an attic space of the garage, and right now we're storing a bunch of stuff up there to move at a later date. My dad's going to rent this house out, but we're going to move this stuff cross country to my mom's, and it's going to be a multi-trip ordeal. But, I was up there and I wasn't able to find another box to go with it. So now, before I begin the journey of restoring these sets and buying the pieces off Bricklink and Lego.com Pick-a-Brick, which could take me a while. Some of this stuff is, it's 20 years old. I feel like that counts as vintage now. I'm going to try and see if I can track down if any of the remaining half of pieces are at my mom's house in Iowa, maybe in an attic space somewhere, or reach out to some cousins that I really love but I haven't talked to in years and years and years since we were kids. Because maybe there's a chance, I or my mom gave them a box of Legos. But it's unfortunate, like this TIE fighter, I found the TIE pilot and I found the cockpit, and if any of these is to be most complete, it would be the early 2000s TIE fighter. But there is supposed to be a Lego light up Darth Vader with that set that's not with this box. Same with the airport. I'm missing some more base plates for the airport. I found 2. There should be 4 or 5. There's a few missing minifigures. I'm missing a pilot for an airplane, or a Chinook helicopter. And so yeah, it's just unfortunate. These are definitely worth something, but I'd like to see them restored to their former glory. So even if it takes me, I guess, a couple years, it might not take that long. It's not so much the cost, it's the time, and the time to raise the money for the cost to do it. But it's something I'd like to, I feel that it would be therapeutic for me in the healing process to try and restore some of these old sets. I also found some Mega Bloks, but there's like some parts to a Mega Bloks attack Cobra gunship, but Mega Bloks is like, it's like cheap. But I did find some spears to a Mega Bloks pirate set, and boy did that bring back memories. I loved my Mega Bloks pirates toys, and I'm so sad that I don't have the ships anymore, and the skeleton crew, and the pirate crew, but I found some of the skeleton spears. So anyways, we will see. I'm going to sign off. Oh yeah, so I'll show you the instructions. I got you some I got some instructions right here. This is what the airport's supposed to look like, very classic. And then I have some instructions for the train, for the passenger train. The passenger train is the white one that I have. So, yeah, really great. Some of the stickers are peeling off. Some of them have peeled off. So I might look into getting reproduction stickers. I think that would be great. And then this one isn't as old. This is actually a box of Lego I got for my birthday when I was 19 or so. The box is pretty damaged, but I really love this set. I think it was one of the last times I played with Lego before I entered my Dark Ages era into the dark times, and so it's still pretty assembled. Some of the pieces have come off, but this one's like intact 100%. So I might do a let's build I'll disassemble it and do a let's build video together on that. But so that's pretty much it for now. I'll keep you posted on the sorting and cleaning and organization of this box. So, bye. Okay, so it's been a few weeks since you last saw me, since I last filmed the first segment, but I managed to get this box of Lego up to my place in LA in my little tiny room, and we are going to sort it and identify the Lego sets that are in here. Unfortunately, I am pretty sure almost all of them are incomplete, but we're just going to take it one step at a time. First thing is to get them cataloged, get the smaller pieces separated, and then once we have them identified, we can look at the instruction booklets online and figure out what parts are missing. And I am also going to need to clean them because they have tons of dust on them. So I'm going to lay down a sheet and a bucket, and I am going to get to work. But first, I'm going to show you guys the minifigures. So let's do that. Okay, so let's take a look at the minifigures. There are quite a few of them. Now, if I recall correctly, it was almost 20, 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The helmet on this one came off. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it was 30. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at the minifigures up close. And there are 30 of them. And, alright, so the easiest ones to start off with would be, these are the Millennium Falcon minifigures that I managed to save and find. So we've got a Empire Strikes Back Han Solo. We've got Chewbacca. So these are from the early 2000s. Empire Strikes Back Leia. And C-3PO. Now, I don't know if there were any more that came with the Millennium Falcon. I'd have to look it up, and I'll find that out once we finish cataloging things. But there is a TIE Fighter pilot from the early 2000s, as I mentioned earlier. So in total we have 5 Star Wars figures. We also have 1 Harry Potter from the Triwizard Tournament Goblet of Fire set, if I remember correctly. It was, it came with a Victor Crumb with a shark head, a mermaid, and maybe Ron and Hermione. And I remember he had flippers, but I couldn't find them. They weren't in the box, so. Unfortunately, he's the one that got the most damage. He has a chipped neck. Well, no, those are his legs, but his neck got chipped somehow. I don't know how that happened, but he has an alternate side on his head where he has gills. If anything, the Harry Potter minifigure took the worst damage out of them all, and I do feel bad for him because he's separated from his friends, and who knows where they are. He's probably the loneliest minifigure of the bunch, and it makes me sad. Okay, so from a glance, I can't really tell you which ones are which. So we have a mixture of Lego City construction. I know for sure he comes with the crane. This little construction fellow with the 5 o'clock shadow and the depressed I hate my life kind of look going on in his eyes. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. They don't pay me enough look. And then the rest of these, so most of these ones with the classic printing, with the classic faces, I'm going to say that they probably most likely belong with the airport set. Because if they all have classic printings, there wouldn't be a mixture such as this guy. But I could be wrong. Because if the train conductor, I know he's part of my train passenger set because of the arrow logo on his torso. So I'm going to assume that these ones with... No, that's not right. Everything I said was just wrong. Because we have an airline stewardess who doesn't have classic printing on her face. But, okay, so this is going to be the trick. But, okay, so we've got our construction worker, our Harry Potter, we've got our Star Wars figures. We can move them aside. I don't know if he had a hat or a hairpiece or not, unless he's maybe just the bald train worker. But we know that these ones who have the emblem of the passenger train station set, they belong with each other. Airline stewardess, airline worker, airline pilot. These guys are over here. I think these guys might have gone with the train set because they have similar torsos, and I feel like you would wear pants on an airplane, and you could get away with wearing shorts on a train. You know what I mean? But, okay. The rest of these guys, I mean, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. It's bringing back a lot of memories, and some of them were happy, but a lot of them are upsetting. I just feel sadness and a tremendous amount of guilt for some reason, because I feel like it was my responsibility to take care of these little guys, and even though they're just pieces of plastic, you know, it's like finding old friends that you haven't seen in decades, and it makes you just wonder where the time went. And it was my responsibility to take care of them, and I pretty much failed in that matter. You know, half their sets are incomplete. There are minifigures that are missing, and it just it's kind of reopening some traumatic wounds that I don't know if I ever fully recovered from growing up. And honestly, my evil stepbrothers were the worst. They were the worst. And I mean, look at the faces on them. Everything is still awesome to them. This is going to be a really big challenge, trying to see if I can even track down the other pieces and put them together. I mean, it would be a miracle if I found the other box or boxes that has the rest of the pieces, but I doubt that's going to happen. That would be the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I just have to start tracking things down meticulously via Bricklink. But so these are my minifigures. Looks like we got a guy with a hat. I like the chef. He's really cool. I love his hat. I think this might be either a concierge or maybe the ticket puncher, one of the conductors of the train. We've got a waiter. I think he might work in the restaurant at the airport. Definitely, I'm going to say with his overalls, he comes with the train set. I know for sure our firefighter comes with an airport. God, he almost looks like a Luke Skywalker with his jumpsuit, but I'm pretty sure that he's one of the passengers. I think our guy with the camera comes with the passenger set. Same with the girl. I think he drove an Octane diesel truck for refueling the planes. And this doctor, he could go to either or. Same with the businessman. I love the printing on these. Flower Girl, I think she came with the passenger airplane set. Yeah, just really swell guys. I want to say train, and I know for sure that these guys are airport, so maybe I was wrong about him earlier, but... So these are the minifigures I found. I am missing quite a few of them. There's, for sure I know that Harry Potter... My damaged little Harry Potter is missing his friends and Victor Crumb and a mermaid. We're also missing 3 clone pilots from an ARC 170. And it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, you know what's missing from the Millennium Falcon? There's supposed to be like 1 or 2 snow troopers that come with it. So I know it wasn't just supposed to be these 4. So... I don't know what's going to happen. Most of them are in really good condition. Unfortunately, the doctor does have a scratch on his torso, but, you know, it's not a huge deal to me. I can just pretend it's a wrinkle in his coat. But otherwise, most of them are in really pristine condition. Oh, I am missing one from the airport set. It is he's a cargo pilot. He has like a really cool bomber jacket, and he's missing, but I know he flies either the helicopter or the Chinook. So, anyways, these are my old friends that I've reunited with, and hopefully I can earn back their forgiveness and maybe restore what was lost. So, those are the minifigures. We are going to move on towards organizing the box. So, I will start getting to work on that. So, I thought about organizing all the pieces of Lego out on the floor, but then I realized it might be a better idea to organize them on an elevated position, so I'm just going to put a white sheet out on the bed and hope nothing falls over. There we go. And now it's time to start organizing. And I have a bucket so I can rinse and wash the loose pieces. I don't trust the method of putting Legos directly in a bathtub because that's how you lose small pieces down the drain. If you're going to sort and clean your old Lego on your own, don't do it in a bathtub. Do it in a closed tub of some sort so you can just scoop them out and then dry them out on a towel or something, you know. Don't lose your pieces. They could be rare. Okay, so let's let's start digging in. I'm just gonna pull out the big pieces to show you, and then I'll do the smaller ones on a time lapse. So here we have a TIE fighter wing. We've got some airport instructions, so this gives us a head start on what we got to catalog. I know for sure I'm missing some base plates and probably half of the building, but yeah. Whoops, sorry, opened that the wrong way. So, unique, very calendar style set of instructions. They open regularly, like such, and then all of a sudden it flips to like a centerfold style. So we'll set these aside. We've got our train instructions, again, set those aside. Oh man, Millennium Falcon. There's the hyperdrive. These pieces are really dusty. And I just dropped a piece on the floor. So we know that that's probably one of the Technic pieces that came unhinged. But yeah. God, they just keep flying off. Okay, so Millennium Falcon. We'll put the Star Wars stuff over here. Base plate to our airport. Oh man, this is the one that could almost make me cry. It's my passenger train set, and it still has the battery brick in it. And this is what, God, 6 or 7 year old Sosa, how he applied stickers all crooked. I don't know, maybe I'll try my best to keep them on, but I might look into replica stickers if I can find them, if they're of decent quality. You put them on straight, but the stickers aren't a big problem. It's more so about getting the train set clean. Oh God, man, I used to love this thing. I would have the train run underneath my bed with the lights on, and I had a really tall loft bed, so my bed was up to the ceiling, and I had all this space for a Lego city underneath, and I used to play down there. And God, if I can put this back together, this would be a dream. So I'm going to put the train up here. I don't even know if you can see that on camera. Yeah, okay. These are the Technic pieces of a mobile crane. So that'll go up there. This was the work of my evil stepbrothers. They oh God, it's all tangled with this ARC 170 wreckage. Dang it. I mean, so this tangled mess, I came home from summer break visiting my extended family, my grandmother, my great aunts and uncles, and I came back and I was so excited to revisit my Legos, and I found my entire Lego city destroyed, my crane destroyed, and the wool spool all tangled. Just zero respect for my personal items. This string is extremely durable though, to have last 20 years and still not rip apart. We have an engine to an ARC 170. The rubber band on it still looks pretty good too, right here. I don't remember how the mechanism works, but oh, there we go. Yeah, so it would fold and keep the wings open. Yeah, genius. So we'll put that over with, we'll put our crane over here. We'll put our Star Wars pieces over there. These are the front cockpit windows of the trains. cabin lids. I just dropped a piece. God, I don't know. Oh, this must be the light up the headlights for the train cockpit that just slid out. Yeah. One is red, one is yellow. So more ARC 170 stuff. So controller for the train missing a battery backplate. This thing. Well, at least we know we have the helipad to the airport, and so that's good news. I don't think the whole building is in here, but I always thought this was the niftiest piece of design work, is how these this is grooved in here. So the garage doors, I mean, it's a little stiff right now, but it used to slide in very easy. Maybe I'll, there we go, we gotta fit it into the grooves. There's grooves right here, but we'll do that later. Right now I just want to get the big pieces out. We got another TIE fighter wing. We have the back half of a TIE cockpit. These are pieces of the Millennium Falcon. Obviously, I really like the way they used these straw tubes. It wouldn't surprise me if I tried to use them to drink water or something before attaching them to the model. So, Millennium Falcon stuff over there. An ARC 170 wing. This is airport stuff. Just flimsy little backplate held together by a dining table and what's left of some kind of cash register. So, airport. This, you'd think it goes with the crane, but this is the bottom of a Chinook transport. Unfortunately, I think the pilot is missing. So, minifigure down. It'll be cool if we can assemble that. I think the cockpit, I have the cockpit here too. So, airport stuff, I can kind of guess by the color scheme. This is Falcon, crane, Falcon, Wreckage. These stickers are a little worse for wear, I'm afraid. I don't know how I'll be able to clean them without, you know, ruining the sticker. I'll have to do some research. Maybe like some light water or a Q-tip or something to get the dust off. They're also a little nicked, but it just means it's well loved. So this is Falcon Wreckage. Another train car. More ARC 170 Wreckage. This is the opposite side of the wing. I just don't understand how I have the ARC 170. How I have the ARC 170 ship pieces, but I don't have the clone pilots in this box. But I know I'm missing other Lego Star Wars. I had two AT-RT all-terrain recon transports with their little green clone drivers. I had Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Interceptor with a Vulture droid, and I had a droid Tri-Fighter, and none of that was in this box. This is actually a piece to that Triwizard Tournament underwater Harry Potter Goblet of Fire set. I'm missing Victor Crumb, so I don't know, I guess we'll put this somewhere in the middle. I know those pieces, a lot of them aren't in here. We have a Millennium Falcon cockpit, which is really exciting. Yeah, I think you could fit one person in there, so it'd be Han or Chewie. Surprisingly, the thing that survived best in this entire box, out of everything, was the escape pod. The escape pod for the the escape pod for the Millennium Falcon. Sorry, I got distracted. My other camera just shut off. Okay, so I was using my phone as a B camera, but the memory on it sucks, and I have yet to invest in a second camera. So we're down to just GoPro footage, but we have more Falcon wreckage. We have the top of the early 2000s TIE Fighter, so that'll go with the Star Wars things. This goes to the mobile crane. It's got some very Technic looking pieces to it. We have, this is Falcon, I can tell by the grill stickers. This is a cannon to the Arc 170. I haven't seen this stuff in forever. I haven't seen this stuff in 20 years, and yet I'm able to just have flashbacks to when I was a kid. I loved that Arc 170. So Star Wars. This has to be Millennium Falcon. Airplane, windows, Falcon. This is the interior, I'm guessing. This is really heartbreaking. This piece doesn't go to any of the sets. I can already tell by the green neon studs. I haven't found any of them. I had Dino Attack sets, and my Dino Attack sets have completely disappeared. I can't find any of the dinosaurs. I can't find the helicopter or the car or any of the minifigures. And I loved Dino Attack, and I'm very emotional because I just don't know how it disappeared. All these memories from my childhood. I don't know where they could have gone to. You know, relics of the past. So I guess I'll just set this aside in its little Dino Attack weapon separate pile. Airplane piece. This is to the mobile crane. I don't remember how it functions, but I'm pretty sure the legs would extend and lock it into place. So there's like these pillars and extending crane pieces. I want to say that this piece is to the airport. So some of the airport vehicle stuff. I mean, God, look, there is a TIE Fighter cockpit window. Like, that's an amazing piece. The fact that it's printed. So I am just going to try my best to separate the rest of this. I guess I'll switch over to a time-lapse. But yeah, this is a shuttle entryway, a docking airlock to the Falcon. Cockpit to the crane. And then we found one of our helicopter rotors for the Chinook. And then it's all just like miscellaneous pieces, special transport for the crane. The wheels, the airline plane, back tail piece. You know, really unique special pieces. Falcon, train tracks. Train tracks will go over with the train. Falcon. Okay, so that's most of it. We got some cool cockpit windows for the Arc 170. That goes with Star Wars. And this was a little sign for the train station. I'm surprised I got it on as well as I did at that age. It's a little off-center, I think, but, you know, I was a kid. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch over to a time lapse and we'll get this stuff all sorted out. So, I think I've hit a wall with how much I can do Lego wise in terms of sorting. So, I'm trying to think of a strategy. Now, most people would say break it all down to the smallest pieces you can, sort it by color, and then go from there. But I think what I want to do is I want to keep them as intact as possible. Find the instructions for which sets I know are in here, and then pull from the miscellaneous pile that I have to fill in the gaps of missing pieces. Basically what I'm trying to do, and maybe I'm not describing this as well as I could be, I'm trying to divide and conquer, and breaking all these pieces down into their tiniest parts and making one big pile seems counterintuitive to what I am trying to do restoration wise. So I'm also having trouble because now that I've got the blocks down to their most basic, there are some pieces that look like they could belong to two sets. So basically the white pieces and some of the grays are giving me trouble because the whites could either go to the ARC 170 or the airport. Same with the gray. Like the gray could also be pieces for the landing platform in the passenger train set or to the Millennium Falcon. So what I want to do is divide and conquer. If I can cordon off what I know for sure belongs to which set, I can fill in chunks of the instruction steps and then find the missing pieces from the miscellaneous pile and the other pieces from the other sets as well if I'm missing any, in case I've accidentally put a piece in a wrong pile. So to divide and conquer, what I'm thinking is I'm going to put them in plastic bags, and then I will decide which set from most complete and smallest to largest and most incomplete I will tackle in that order. So anyways, also very concerning, I found a piece of a dino attack laser, and I completely forgot that I owned lots of dino attack sets, and I think I had some type of, I don't think it was Aqua Raiders, but it was like either Lego City, some kind of marine set, or I mean, whatever might have been the precursor to Lego Atlantis. But there's some kind of water-themed Lego set in here that I'm finding trace pieces of that is starting to jog my memory. I want to say it's Atlantis, but I think it's some set that's after Aqua Raiders, but pre-Lego Atlantis, and I'm struggling to think of which one it could be. If there was one, I could just be wrong. My mind could be playing tricks on me. But anyways, I'm going to give you a close-up of how I have the piles ready to go. I'm also going to clean them after I have identified which pieces, because a lot of them have stickers on them. It doesn't make sense to wash them all, clean them, and just have a jumbled pile and start over again. I think what I want to do is I really just want to get the pieces and start the inventory process of all the components that are in these sets. Sorry, I'm a little out of it because I've been sorting Lego for the last 90 minutes, and I'm just thinking of my strategy. So, all right, up close look. Okay, so at this moment, this is my miscellaneous pile. I found a Lego Duplo piece in there, and I never owned this. This means that either my stepdad's grandkids, or very doubtful, my little brother got into my Legos, because I never really played with Duplo. So the fact this was in here means, which is not a good sign, is that others had access to the Lego, which, I'm not trying to be selfish, but it just means it means that there's a very high probability that these pieces have either been given away or, given to family members. And considering this is a 20-year-old box of Lego, it's as good as saying sayonara forever to those pieces if I can't, track them down. Which, if more people aside from just my cousins had access to the Lego, I know for sure my stepbrothers didn't take them. So it's either maybe my cousins, my stepdad's grandkids, or my adopted brother, but I don't think... my family is not one to give away Lego in yard sales because they know how important Lego is to us. We're like a Lego family. So, I don't know. There's so many variables of what could have happened to the other pieces. But anyways, moving on. This pile over here, I have 3 confirmed Star Wars sets in there. We have the early 2000s TIE Fighter, we have an ARC 170, and we have pieces of the Millennium Falcon. The reason I grouped them all together was because I know for sure that I want to hit the Star Wars sets dead last, because there's just so much. The Millennium Falcon is going to be the most difficult to try and reassemble, and I figured I'm trying to reduce the amount of pieces from the pile before I hit the bigger things. So the smaller sets would be easier to build, easier to track down the pieces for, and I can check those off the list faster and hit the bigger tasks when the resource pool of pieces is smaller. That's just how my brain is thinking at the moment. Over here, I have the parts of the airport, but we are missing the air traffic control tower. I haven't found any of those pieces. We maybe have enough for one building, and I have a lot of white down here, but it could either be airport or it could be ARC 170 stuff. So, airport, there's a lot less to work with, but that makes me concerned because it makes me think that there's more missing than there is more stuff here for the build. I'm missing base plates, and there should be quite a few flowers that are not in here, so that's concerning. We have pieces of the crane. Trying to untangle that spool is going to be difficult. And then I have pieces of the train. And I have most of the train and the track itself. And also earlier, I made an error. This sticker is actually the, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of out of focus, but this map, it says Berlin, Copenhagen, Paris, Rome, London, Prague, Munchen Wein Brussels Madrid. I don't know, I probably mispronounced quite a few of those, but this is the map and timetable for the train set. The other one I had showed earlier, which was it's in here somewhere. God, where'd it go? It had like Tokyo, whatever. That piece. If I could find it, maybe I'll just reinsert. Oh, here it is. This piece was to the airport, actually. So I said this was for the train set. That was me being an imbecile. You can't really take a train to Tokyo from London or New York or Paris. So this is definitely for the airport. So yeah, that's an incomplete pile of Legos. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 confirmed sets in here, as well as trace amounts of maybe 2 to 3 others. We're talking Harry Potter, some Lego City maybe, and definitely Dino Attack. I know I showed that piece earlier, the little laser cannon right here. So, God, it's a mixture of feeling right now. It's bittersweet. Right now I'm feeling, I am amazed that these pieces have survived as long as they have, and that they've managed to be in the same spot after moving back and forth from, childhood homes. But I'm also very sad because I feel like I was the steward of this little Lego community that I had assembled, and pieces are gone, minifigures are missing, there are sets that are missing entirely, and it's kind of disheartening. But I'm trying to stay positive because I'm sure there are people out there who have childhood Lego that have zero evidence or trace of their childhood left in their lives. Their family probably gave their Lego away, and I'm very lucky that I still get to find this and maybe try to piece together parts of my childhood. And as challenging as this endeavor is going to be, there is a small feeling that this could be a healing process to restore what was lost. And now it's just a matter if I will be able to stick with it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bag up the pieces that I know for sure belong to which sets, and then I'm going to have a separate bag for the miscellaneous pile right here. And then I'm going to go do some research. I'm going to go hit Brickopedia and the Lego Builder app, and find out, do some more research, identify which specific sets, see if I can still get the instructions for them. I still got the instructions over here for the airport and the train. So in order of which ones I'm thinking I'm going to try to restore first, the ones that seem most complete at this moment in time, in order, would be the mobile construction crane, and then the train set. I think it's missing a platform, but most of the minifigures are still there. So 1, 2, and then third would be the airport, and then finally I would approach trying to restore these Star Wars sets. Out of the 3 Star Wars sets here, the Millennium Falcon will have to go last. There's just no doubt about it. I remember as a kid that set was extremely big, and it was very fragile. But as far as the ships, the one that seems most intact is the TIE Fighter. And I still have the TIE Pilot, but unfortunately there's zero sign of the Lego light up Darth Vader that came with it. So Yeah, I think I'll save these for last. But in terms of Star Wars order, if I ever get to it, it would be TIE Fighter restoration first, Arc 170, and then try to take on the Falcon. Um, I who knows? I mean, Bricklink prices change all the time, but I don't know how rare those Clone Pilot minifigures could be, because these are like sets from 2005. Um, and there's just zero sign of my Jedi Interceptor with Anakin Skywalker, or the droid Tri-Fighter, or the Vulture droid. So yeah, it's a combination of joy and sadness, and the sigh of anticipation at what I'm going to have to undertake if I truly want to restore these sets to their former glory. And I don't have the original boxes. I don't have the original instructions, but it's at least it'll be an adventure, and who knows how long it will take. So anyways, I'm going to figure out what's next. Shoulders and back are killing me from the posture I was sitting in the whole time. I did do my best to keep my posture right, but I'm finished. So I have all my Lego sorted for the most part, at least by set. I'm just going to show you. It feels like I am a homicide detective with the white sheet and the evidence bags. So I've got all my Star Wars sets bagged up over to here. I've got 3 of those. And then the mobile crane took the longest because of one piece. So we have, here's our miscellaneous, but the crane only required 2 bags. This one did need a second. This little spool in here is, I managed to solve the Phrygian knot. I wrapped that string around, and hopefully, as long as I don't shake the box, it'll stay coiled up. But for years, that knot, I never thought I was going to be able to untangle it. The day I came home and I saw that my stepbrothers had destroyed my stuff and tangled up the crane wire, and to think that 20 years later I have fixed the Phrygian knot, there is a sense of pride that I feel in knowing that I have righted a wrong. There are many wrongs to try to fix, but I was able to do one. So we'll see. This is progress. I'm not going to be able to reassemble and restore all of these tonight. It's going to take time. I'm going to have to do lots of detective work. So that's the airport. It only required 1 bag, but 1 bag for all the pieces I had for it. Couldn't fit the base plates in there, but as you can see, I am missing several base plates, and there's no palm tree either. I might have like some of these, but I don't have the air traffic control tower. I don't even think I have the forklift either, or the luggage carts, or the Octan truck. So there are definitely pieces missing, and I'm missing a pilot. I don't have him. He's gone, which is really depressing. I don't even think I saw her either. I think I have the rest of these guys, but I don't think she's in the picture as well. So it's concerning, but it's progress, and I really can't believe I'm able to do this, to get this far even. Even just finding these pieces and to be able to sort them out, there's some therapeutic healing going on. And then, this is an empty bag that fell out, but yeah, I have my miscellaneous pieces in some small report bags. And then 1 bag just for the train tracks. And then I have the train itself. I'm hoping that the train might be the most complete. I think I have the platform for it. Possibly missing a few pieces, but I think there are the majority of miscellaneous pieces. I think quite a few of these belong to the train platform. Although I'm missing a trash can. I know for sure there's supposed to be a trash can. But that's kind of exciting because I thought about my train for years. I loved my train. The lights would turn on and it would run around on its track, and I'd have it running around all my room as a kid. And honestly, I could try not to tear up. I could cry just revisiting all this, and they're emotions of joy, but they're also emotions of sadness because, I'm trying to focus on the positive that, wow, it's amazing that this much has survived. It absolutely is. I just wish that the rest had survived too. And the probability that I will be able to track them down, the original pieces that I had when I was a kid, are slim to none. It's not even 1,000,000 to 1. It is 1,000,000,000,000 to 1 chances that I will find those pieces. So I don't know, just wish me the best. So this took me maybe just like around another hour to do, But yeah, it's getting there. So I have to go do some detective work now and figure out what exact sets and numbers these are so I can find the instructions and start the inventory process. So cool. I'm going to get on that. Alright, friends. So I have the set numbers of two of the sets already. So the passenger train is 7897 and the airport is 10159. But I still need to track down the set names and numbers of all the others. So I'm going to get some detective work done. Wish me luck. Okay, so I went down a rabbit hole of research, and not only did I find everything I was looking for, I found things that I didn't even remember that I had as a kid, and it's a very overwhelming emotion to have toys jog your memories of other toys. And I'm just like, wow, I've been playing with Lego all my life, and I can't believe there was so much of it that I forgot about. And so it's very overwhelming. It's very bittersweet. I wish I had a time machine so I could go back in time and tell my younger self to take care of your sets and don't let anyone get rid of them or break them for you. You know, don't let anyone destroy the things that you have. But anyways, okay, so out of the stuff we have confirmed, we have 7897 passenger train 2006. We have 10159 City Airport 2004 under Lego Town, 2005 under Lego City. It's the same set, but you know, it just updated the box after 1 year. Changed theme from town to city. We have Lego set 7259 Arc 170 Starfighter 2005. 4504 Millennium Falcon 2004. And Chewbacca is missing his crossbow. But otherwise, we have most of the pieces except for the Snowtrooper that was included and the Snowtrooper's machine gun. We have 7263, the TIE Fighter 2005, and we have 7249 XXL Mobile Crane 2005. Now, these are the ones that I can confirm that we have that I've sorted over there. Now, there are some in this list that I found trace amounts of pieces for that really jogged my memory. So I'll briefly mention them, but I think it would be a cool idea to do another video on Lego sets that I had as a kid that I wish I had back. So first off, we have things from Dino Attack in there. We found a laser gun, and it could have been from 74 Urban Avenger versus the Raptor 2005, 74 Street Sprinter versus Mutant Lizard, or 74 T1 Typhoon versus T-Rex. I feel like I had most of the Dino Attack sets, and I had a thing for helicopters as a kid. But all those sets were from 2005, so those get a shout out. I definitely have pieces from the 4762 Rescue from the Mer People 2005 Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire theme. Um, we have the Harry Potter minifigure himself, and we have a piece of the little underwater rock. But we're missing all of the other minifigures and accessories and set pieces. And, I mean, I don't want to go read through this entire list because I found a lot of Lego sets from my childhood. But I guess since we have the Falcon, and most of those sets are from 2004, 2005. I'm missing 7250 Clone Scout Walker 2005, 7255 General Grievous Chase, 7256 Jedi Starfighter and Vulture Droid, 7252 Droid Tri-Fighter, 7251 Darth Vader Transformation. I had 2 Scout Walkers, and it's just crazy to think that something that you had as a kid that has disappeared from your life, when you look back on it 20 years later, it opens the floodgates of memories. And those feelings that I had of imagination running around when I was from the ages of 4 to 9 years old playing with these Legos, it all just came back to me and hit me when I was finding these sets and their names and their numbers and the pictures and the minifigures included. And I don't know, it's so joyous, but it's also so bittersweet. And it's a real tearjerker. But anyways, I have drawn this video out long enough. So let's talk plans. Ideally, it'd be great to make a second video, but a follow-up video, but that is entirely dependent on how it goes tracking down the other pieces that are gone. So before I start buying things off Bricklink piece by piece, I want to do some investigation work and see if I can get a hold of any thread that there might be some miscellaneous set pieces surviving at one of my family members' houses or something. So, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope to make some more Lego content, and I hope if I can't solve this Lego mystery, I can at least restore some relics of my Lego past and restore what was lost and heal the trauma and rekindle my inner child. But anyways, you all take care. I'll see you later.